Hello. Testing something if I'm able to. And that's okay, I can record. Alright. Hello everyone. Hopefully the stream is a little better. The quality at least. Let me see. Seem to have an early open. With the volatility. Is it test? Is it test? The audio is so loud. What the fuck? The audio is so loud. Alright, it should be better. So yeah, show disclaimer. I turned off. I don't know what the fuck is happening, but give me a sec to figure that out. Give me a sec to figure that out. No, it's better now. Dude, why the fuck is there a robot voice? No, it's better now. Dude, why the fuck is there a robot voice? Dude, why the fuck is there a robot voice? Oh, Neko. Maybe it's the Koreans playing back a second time. Give me a sec to get my bearings. I just I bought something for StreamYard so I can stream high quality, and the mic is not working. It's good. Okay, so I think it's because I was playing the stream on my phone. That's why it was sounding like robotic. I just need to remove the banner. Yeah. Make it a little louder. I just don't want it to. It sounds like robotic a little bit sometimes. There you go. No more landmark. Alright, we're good. So if the audio is fucked or something, let me know. But it should be fine. Alright, so let's first delve into the analysis today. There's two things I'll be watching. So I'll be trading maybe JPY, but I don't like NASDAQ. I want to see higher to buy side. That's my bias. And we're showing obvious displacement higher. Like we're, you know, we're not rejecting new lows and creating space between lows. We're just kind of like coming back up each low, and now we're displacing higher, expanding past each low. So there's this high there, the previous 4 hour candle. This one just closed up. So if we can open up at 10, come down and fill, completely balance out this candle, then I would be looking for just some measure of discount within that area in order to go long, and then bring it to buy side. And then the JPY just looked a little better because it was consolidating and we had a little bit of an expansion during London. So it's just like less comfortable to trade. And I like how JPY is just in a little bit of consolidation. I am bullish on JPY, and I can show that a little bit more. But we kind of retraced down into a fair value gap from Asia during London, and then we had news that spiked up. I want to revisit wherever news attempted to go, maybe this high or a couple more highs there, and just kind of run back into the week. But watching the night open, I just want to see some retracement. And if the retracement happens, then maybe I will take a trade. But yeah, the 4 hour candle, that idea is scrap that because the 4 hour candle is now, sorry, probably gonna close around here. And the regular trading hours gap, watch that to fill. So I have it already kind of set up. So let me change to orange or yellow. There you go. So now it's the regular trading hours gap. Should be pretty clear. This low would be nice because this low would be so like the low before our candle. There's if we close here and we come back into this gap, that'd be nice. But right now I'm just waiting and just letting it settle down. It's good that we're retracing. It's giving me what I want to see. Let me go to the JPY. Oh, and let me make sure the S&P. S&P today seems a little bit more to the downside. So if I'm looking to go long, the best place would be the Nasdaq. Because you can see like this low here at 6 isn't getting traded to while here it is. So this is indicating that Nasdaq is stronger. And if we're looking to be a buyer, if the bias is higher, you want to be doing it on the Nasdaq. So first target is this buy side liquidity, which is breakaway gap like this. So we can just measure it like that. And then there's the highs up here. But I don't know if it's going to come back up here, but I want to see at least this. Okay, let's go to JPY, and the Dow is probably not. Okay, the Dow is actually a little bit insane. Yeah, so USD JPY. No, not USD JPY. This is kind of like we've taken this sell side there. We've been going down a lot on the daily chart. So today on Friday, after having expanded a little bit, we can be moving back into the range. But we've already kind of moved back into it. There's not much more we can do to move back, except for kind of revisit wherever news went. So, but I just don't really expect it to kind of retrace. Maybe it could even continue going lower today, but I wanted to see it, retrace a little bit deeper, so I could maybe like at a discount, so I could capture the move from here to inside this wick. we'll see what happens with that. I don't think I'm gonna really be trading it. It seems to have kind of taken off. And yeah, so let's focus our attention on Nasdaq for now. I want to see it displace away from this low, or from that high. So we grab that high displacing, and I'm watching that 50% there of the regular trainers. Yeah. Oh yeah. Why can't it? Thanks. Yeah, I had pretty much the exact same idea, but S&P all-time highs concerning slightly. Why is that concerning? Let's see. It's like daily chart, all-time high. Oh, okay. One thing though about the all-time high is just, I mean, it doesn't. If you took an all-time high, it doesn't mean that there's liquidity there and it's gonna go lower. I mean, this is unknown territory, so to be honest, it could keep going all the way to 10,000. So like, if we're making all-time highs, I wouldn't consider reversals immediately. I would be like, okay, well, obviously we're in a condition to push higher. That's why we're making an all-time high. We're not going up to grab liquidity necessarily. We're being driven higher, and then you have to look for the opportunities in the lower time frame that create liquidity to get in sync with the higher time frame delivery. Or you can capitalize on those manipulations that go down. You know, those couple days that have those down close candles. If you can anticipate those, that's just how I look at it, though. I mean, like I remember when the first time I was in an all time high environment was really, I did not like it. I'd much rather be trading and away from the all time high when there's more consolidation, and it's not just trending in one direction. I mean, we're not really showing that we want to go lower right now. That's much better. Oh, see, obviously Nasdaq is stronger. They're still following each other. It's just obviously one of them is stronger than the other. So right now, any shorts you can see you'd have a much better time taking them on the S&P, and it just froze. That's great. Actually, no, that 4 candle might actually leave this high there. We can come back to, and they'll be like a immediate rebalance scenario, and that would leave a it's open fair value gap to be traded to. I'm not convinced that enough downside has been taken, but if it runs off, then I probably won't be doing anything the rest of the day. Unless JPY looks like it's starting to come down. This actually doesn't look like a bad short. But I'd rather wait to see if it's gonna come down and discount and start to displace higher. Because if I ignore this wick here, and like I always ignore these wicks, and I just look at the high there, it's basically taking the high of the day. And if it's coming back into the range, I probably will try and target some of those. I would have expected it to just kind of take off. Did anyone Heston Blumenthal? Oh, who the fuck is that? Okay, this guy. Uh, Someone yesterday said that I looked like an Asian, or they thought I looked like an Asian guy with long hair and glasses because of how I sound. But I do be cooking up, so maybe. Just what only thing I'd like to see here for JPY if we want to go short is like this kind of consolidation there. I want to really close closer to the midnight open and like continue displacing or inversing this gap there because that would kind of like destroy mean threshold of like this entire order block. And we would start to I guess that down close candle, we'd start to disinfect that down close candle and we clearly show that we switched order flow to bearish if we go lower. Let me actually journal that. This one's really slow though. It's boring to watch. I recorded a trade on JPY once and it was way too slow. I had to speed up like 16 times. is my favorite cook. All right. Well, that's nice. I'm cooking up the charts. There you go. That's some downside. No, we're not gonna have this. So there you go. No, it's not really respecting anymore. Little. Somebody wants to tape read on call. I'm gonna be tape reading on call. So I think you guys will be able to hear him though this time. You have to make sure that that is the case though. Hmm. She, what? What? I don't know if you can. I don't know if it's gonna work or not, but I don't think you'll be able to hear him again. Well, whatever. He's not on right now anyway. This is not really looking like something trade. So like it's moving sideways right now. I mean, I can tell it wants to go higher. S&P and the Dow are more to the downside, but this is like really sure. Like once we actually sweep sell side, if we do, um, then this would be in a better condition to go higher. So that would probably lead to a very nice expansion. But if we don't do that, we just kind of keep consolidating or chopping around, it might only happen later. I think there were some speeches too, which could be why. Like there's a Bostic that's speaking at 9:30. Waller's pretty Bostic speaking again, and Kashkari. There must be something going on, some event or something. We are the 19th or 18th. Decentralized finance. Speech by Waller at 12:10. That should be good actually. Is a annual Vienna macroeconomic workshop. I would assume price to either expand higher. Well, I can show comments. That's pretty cool. But not till the high that was created prior 9:30, or we could just consolidate. We could see clear P after 10. Yeah, bulk. We are after 10 now, are we? Oh no, never mind. We could just consolidate. We could see clear P. The high prior to 9:30. I mean, we already kind of went above that high, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, it's just looking like a consolidation. I want to see it move lower. Like, I want to see a sell side run, some form of discount, and then I'll consider positioning myself long. But if we don't get anything in a discount today, like around these lows, then I won't be looking to do anything. I'll probably continue looking at JPY, which yeah, you can see it's not really going lower. I mean, it's continuing to kind of go up, so I will probably not be doing anything with that either. But that just means it's a better day to tape read and oh wait, hold on, he called me. Hopefully be able to hear him. Hey man, good. Neko or Black Horse or anyone else, can you let me know if you can hear the voice? I want to see if my stream can hear you. Yeah. Or you can watch it. You can, tell me if you hear yourself. Oh, you can't. They can't. This is so annoying. Maybe if I put it there. Enable what? Desktop audio? Yeah, but no, I'm using StreamYard. I can't use OBS. Well, because it's a Chromebook. Well, I could, but I'd have to jailbreak it and install a new operating system. And I started doing that, and I'm like, this is way too much. Just it's not worth it. Yeah, I guess they won't be able to hear you. That's okay though. I think I could invite you as a guest. Yeah, like you literally come on in the studio. If not, it doesn't really matter. But see if what? Sorry, I'm back. See if when you click that, if it lets you into the studio, and maybe you can speak. Yeah, yeah. You see yourself? Wait, there you go. But join back the call.
Okay, okay.
Or hold on.
It gives an echo. There's an echo now.
Yeah, yeah, no, no. Okay, now go back. Leave a call. I could hear you. I thought there'd be a delay or something if you're on the stream, but it's fine. Yeah, we'll disconnect from Discord.
Okay. Okay, so you can hear me fine?
Yeah. Now speak again. Oh my god. Okay, I should be fine now. Should be able to see you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Can you? Can you yeah, yeah. Why?
I don't have a webcam, by the way, if you're wondering why you can't see me.
Yeah, no, I know. It's okay. There you go.
Okay.
All right. What's up? You want to take brief? You sent me a
Um,
screenshot.
yeah, I sent you a trade that I just took. I lost it. You want to go over it? Do you want me to explain? Actually, let me check. I think I can show my screen. Yeah, I can. I want to share my screen. Is that fine? On the
Well,
StreamYard?
try it. Yeah, yeah. If you can, then I'll just add you to stage. Oh, this
Okay.
is so much
Can you see
better.
it? Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
swear this is so much better. Okay. So I'll go over my look. I'll just say my draw, and then I'll go into the intraday price action. So my draw for today was, and it still is, this buy side pool up here. The reason that it is because it's intermediate term high that's inside of this free body gap, and if we are gonna be respecting this gap, it's gonna have to move up to this high. And there's more to it, but I don't want to spend too much time on that. But going into today, I had my eye on this order block here because this is a breaker, and this intermediate term low as well as this low here. And you remember yesterday when you were telling me about how you have to see consolidation when a price takes a
Yeah.
short-term low, and that's what I saw here today. This was a short-term low on the 15 or 5-minute chart, sorry. And then once we took that low, unlike yesterday, where when I was
Someone's
induced as an early buyer, is it good now?
Yeah, yeah. It's good. It's good. I can hear you.
Did I continue?
Yeah.
Okay. So unlike yesterday, where when I was looking at the 15-minute short-term low, when I got taken, like it got taken very briefly. It didn't spend too much. It was just 2 points below the low. But in this case, you see how it happens here when it took these short-term lows. And so on the 5-minute, you can see these are the lows here. And once price took that, you can see we have this candle here that kind of consolidated. If you go on lower time frame, you can see that after it took that low, consolidates and then starts to push higher at around 941 after respecting this volume imbalance here. That held for around 6 candles straight. After I saw that and I saw the price start to take off, I initially wanted to see price not go up to this high first, and I wanted to see retrace and then sweep that low again before we reach that high. But once we took that high, it made me just a little bit less confident in the trade. Um, but I took it just because I like the way that it was set up. I like the way how we respect this order block here that I want to see respected before 9:30 even. This one here, and I liked the respect of this volume imbalance. And if you see where I got stopped out exactly, it was literally a wick into the volume imbalance that was being held. So yeah, after I saw the first presentation gap get tapped into once, I wanted to see it get taken, and then from there I went long with one contract, and I wanted to take a buy side pool. Um, the two main concerns that I had going into this trade, and that makes me think if I had concerns, why would I even take the trade? But um, Moving on, the two concerns that I had was overnight, how it pushed really high, and how it took this high first before tapping into the gap. I would have liked to see price kind of do this, fall short of the high, and then move into the gap, and then do this, and then start to move higher. And then once it reaches high, I'll go break even. Then a breaker fair value gap would be around within this displacement leg here, and that would take us to the buy side pool. That would be the ideal scenario, but I didn't get that, and I guess there was a bit of FOMO. The reason why I took this trade, but
Yeah,
it's kind of annoying to see how I got stopped out. It's annoying how I got stopped out, and
I
now it's
think
moving slowly in my
this
favor.
the stop out by the lake. I don't think in my opinion, I think it could have went lower. So you don't need to like it. This was just not in line with the delivery price. Like if right now price is consolidating, right? So there isn't really like I know you think that you tried to buy and now you're lined up with the delivery price higher, but I think in reality, price isn't really going to go higher necessarily. Like I wouldn't trust it right now. It's going to go higher. You can see it's obviously like going back and forth right now with the candles. And so like it's
Mhm.
don't think that I guess you were almost right because I wouldn't I don't see it that way. Like it's just right now like nothing is certain in price.
Would you say that my entry was wrong, or is just price not delivering efficiently right now because it's Friday and it's no news, and next week
Oh
Monday
no,
it's also no news?
yeah, like I don't think you had a good entry because I mean you said you feared missing out, but like just
Yeah.
you already said it. Like you said everything that that needed to be said about the trade. Like right. Someone said I don't think he should have bought because we didn't hit 50% of the opening gap. Yeah, but me it's mostly if you look at my screen,
Hmm.
let me go to the 1 minute. Like you already said it up here, we hit the high, right? So
Yeah.
and then we rejected it. So you're trying to buy as we're rejecting old highs, and that's not
You
good.
know,
Um,
um,
you
while
should have been looking to
while I
short
was in
if
the
anything.
trade,
Mm.
uh, while I was in the trade, and price went down and hit my limit order. I think I was saying in the recording, and after we finish, I'll send you it. I was saying to myself that I don't like how we hit first, because this can just be a soup of a breaker if my drawn liquidity is wrong. If price doesn't reach this high, that means price running this high would have just been a bearish trade of soup, and I would have been caught on the wrong side. And I didn't close the trade when I could. That's a that's an error on my part.
Mm.
But yeah.
But right now, price isn't really giving me what I want to see, so I'm not very
What do you want
interested
to
in
see
it.
really?
Oh, I want to see a discount, something along what Nickel said. Um, Price running back down between 50%, 75%, maybe turtle soupping these lows, or it doesn't have to turtle soup, but I mean at least just make another sweep beneath the 935 low into new week opening gap, and we did not obviously not doing that. So it's probably going to take off, run to my target, which is the intermediate term high, and then that's it.
Going into today, I had opposite of what you had. I didn't want to see lower prices, because if you look on my screen, um, whenever I see a breaker and whenever I see hold once, the maximum I would see it go beneath that for if I want to see higher prices is below the retracement that it went into the breaker for value gap. So you see here
Okay.
when we have this breaker low, high, low, low, we have a higher high. The maximum I'd want to see it go below and still have a bullish bias would be beneath this low, and that's what we got here. We went below it, and I didn't want to see price reach the opening range gap consequent encroachment. I didn't want to see it move down here specifically. Most
Yeah.
like the maximum I want to ever see go below is maybe this low, and maybe push beneath this order block by a couple of points. But if we move anywhere below that, then I didn't want to see higher prices anymore, because remember yesterday, you were saying you didn't want to see this breakaway gap here get touched, and you want it to be, and if it did, then that would put you upside for more bullish price action.
No, yeah, it would make me less excited about longs.
That was kind of the same idea that I had going today. If price was gonna reach below this low, it would make me less excited about longs, and it would make me less confident about price
Yeah,
hitting this
but
buy side pool.
it can still go down to that low and then leave breakaway gaps, right? The idea is that that low was the high of a 4-hour fair value gap. So look on the 4-hour chart. You go to the 4-hour. You see that
This
that's
one.
a high of a fair value gap. Yeah. So if price could come back down around that area and then maybe can, hit its wick, the discount wick, and accumulate in there, that would have been what I would have wanted to see. And the S&P did do that. Like, it did go beneath a low, and you can see its Nasdaq was in a condition to lead. So it was much more bullish, and that's why I wanted to long the Nasdaq. But it didn't have to get down there. It was just if it does get down there, then I would be looking to go long. But if it doesn't, then it's okay. Just going out without me.
When I was looking at the 4-hour chart, I was kind of deeming this gap here that you were talking about, you want to see you reach into. I was kind of seeing it as a breakaway gap. Maybe if price wanted to reverse off of taking the buy side liquidity or the intermediate term high, if it wanted to reverse off of there, that would be the first reference point that I want to see price move into, the gap that
Yeah.
you wanted to see move into. But don't you think that price would leave it as a breakaway because it tapped into the 4-hour gap and it spent so much time in there that spending more time in discount would mean a higher price is probably not the most likely?
Yeah, I mean that's possible. It was also Friday, so that's okay if it's not. I would say it's still likely, but like not as excited. Like that. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously now it hasn't tapped into it, so it's probably gonna expand much cleaner. Like, it's gonna go up a lot better. But there's just no trade for me then. I'm okay with missing out on it. Someone asked if you incorporate the weekly or daily chart, and personally think we have a long bias on these charts.
Is he asking me or is he asking you?
Yeah, he's asking you. I think you can see the comment
Of
section,
course,
right?
I look at the weekly. No, I can't.
Oh, you can't?
Oh, I
Okay.
do. I can actually. I was on the private chat section.
Oh.
Does he incorporate the weekly / daily chart? I personally think we have a long bias on these charts. Yeah, I agree. I think so too. But if you look on the weekly, there's nothing really much awful. It's just basically a condition, right? If do we push through the current buy side pool that we're reaching into, or are we going to reject off of it? And if we do push through it, are we going to reach the rejection block, or are we going to fall short? It's not telling me much. In times like these, when the weekly is facing a kind of contradiction, if it's facing a condition, then I focus more on the 4-hour and 1-hour for more intraday buys. And that's why my drawn liquidity for today is basically a 1-hour high. It's not like a weekly fair value gap or a weekly high. But yeah, I do. Of course, I do use the weekly and daily, even the monthly sometimes.
I almost never use the monthly. I look at it maybe
I use
once
the
or
monthly
twice.
for opens. Monthly opens are nice.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I should look more at the monthly opens. I don't know. I don't even use the weekly opens, actually.
Really?
No. I just use the daily opens. The minute open.
For
That's
the weekly open for this week, the weekly open for this week, it tricked me like unbelievably. I thought that the low of the week was going to be set, and then Tuesday comes in and just completely violently
Wait.
rushes through it,
Hold
and I was like,
hold on. Yeah, that actually I do use weekly opens. I use the week opening gaps. That is the weekly open, technically. Yeah, Monday was crazy. Monday and Tuesday was messed up. Like it
Oh
just
yeah, by
went
the
up
way, I wanted to
and then we just went down. Wait, go ahead. Say what?
uh go on my screen. I want to show you something. You remember what you were telling me last time about how when you see a short-term high or low get taken, you want to see consolidation? That's exactly what happened on this week, and I got tricked by it. I thought that the weekly low was going to be set on this low, but I literally got induced as an early buyer because of this consolidation. Like last time, you're saying that when price takes a short-term high, as it did in this case, it induces early sellers to kind of start to anticipate the resistance or support, and then when it doesn't, it tricks buyers into thinking that we're going to start to expand higher because of the consolidation. That's what happened to me. I remember I was messaging you about it. I was telling you, I was still telling you that I think this was just a run on a previous day low, on this low. I was telling you that I think it's still going to go higher, which it didn't. Uh, but yeah, it's crazy to see how the smart money literally tricks you into believing different things just because of certain stuff that happen.
Oh, look, I think there's some nice shorts right now, but it's not part of my analysis.
Okay.
Like we're just rejecting the highs,
What makes
so
you say that?
we're not. Well, we're rejecting the highs. It's like well, it's kind of like not along. Wait, can you hear me?
I think you're lagging a little. I think you're lagging a little.
Okay, I was. Yeah. It's not in line with my initial analysis, but because we kind of came up above here so many times, we're failing to displace past it. It just looks like price might roll over and seek more discount today. And there's a big Fed speech at 12 too, so we can always see higher prices in the afternoon.
By the way, how do you see if Forex Factory has like the right news? Like it says it's orange, and sometimes it's actually red. It's high impact. From where do you see the true news?
What do you mean?
Like there was one
Like
time
on
that
Forex?
yeah, there was one time where consumer goods on Forex Factory was medium impact, but it was actually
Yeah.
red, and I was wrong, and I didn't. And then
I mean, I
from
look
where
at
do you
orange
do
and
how
red.
do you,
Um, I just look at orange and red.
I mean, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. I mean, sometimes on Forex Factory, it shows that the folder is orange, when in reality the
Yeah,
news is high impact. It happened once on
I think
CB News Consumer.
I don't think there's any way of being able to tell how much the impact is. Like sometimes CPI doesn't have much impact. It's happened once or twice this year where CPI comes out and it resembles like a retail sales report. It moves a little bit, but then it doesn't really do much. NFP two it happened once. So I think if you are trying to guess if the orange news will have impact or not, again I really just wait for the news. That's what I do. I just wait for the news. If it has impact, then I know there's gonna be volatility. If not, then prices not volatile. Like you would only be worrying about this if you're trying to trade the news, right? If you're not trying to
Yeah,
trade the news, then just observe the what price is doing.
that makes sense. Do you use the opening range?
Yeah. Well, I have it's on my chart right now.
How do you use it?
I usually look to see part of it filled, 25%, 50%, or 75%, or 100. And like in between
Oh
these
no,
levels.
not the opening
Oh,
range
you mean
gap,
the
the opening
930?
range.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you mean. Yeah, I not always, but most of the time, if let's say I come into a day and I'm not really sure where it's gonna go, but I still want to trade, I just wherever direction it goes, and this is actually I do this every day, but especially on the days I'm not really sure where the day will go and I'm more of like looking to scalp. I'm gonna like wait till 9:30 opens up, and then I'm gonna, go against it. If it goes higher, then I'm gonna go try and short. If it goes lower, then I'm gonna go try and buy it, and I'm gonna pair it with discount or premium PD arrays, and then breakers. So like this 9:30 open, it didn't really do anything. In fact, it expanded ahead of 9:30 open, and it's kind of consolidating, which is why like I don't
Yeah,
trust anything right now. No, even though I have the theoretical short position, like I'm taking in theory, mentally, but I don't really trust it because we're not really, moving all that much, and that's probably because Waller's speaking at 12:10. He's gonna talk about decentralized finance, which is pretty insane because it's like a self-governed financial system, and it probably is what will replace the SWIFT system.
I don't know enough about that to say anything. But that sounds interesting.
Yeah, the SWIFT system is just kind of like the way countries transact with each other. So when something is decentralized, that means that it's like a centralized thing. Is like Bitcoin is decentralized because no one owns Bitcoin, no one controls the supply except the market. So it's decentralized because it works on its own. So if the financial system works on its own, you could have AI running it. Maybe I don't know. That's what he's going to talk about. It's just really interesting because that's never been seen before.
Where can I watch it?
The Fed website. Just search up like Fed events. That's what I searched up, and then you have Federal Reserve Board, or search up Federal Reserve Board calendar. You'll see scroll down all the way to Friday 10/18, and you'll see a watch live button, or probably the YouTube channel of the Federal Reserve might stream, and it'll
I
bring you
don't
to a
see.
Microsoft Teams. I'll send you the link.
Okay.
Um, I put it in private chat.
No, it's okay. I see it. Today is Friday 18. Decentralized finance. Okay, I see it. Yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably be more interested in actually taking a trade in the afternoon.
By the way, could you repeat really quickly? Why did you want to see the 15-minute low get taken again? The one in discount, the beating range.
Well,
In
I mean,
in what case?
if I look,
In what cases do you want to see price retrace or expand?
well, I mean, it's if I look at what price has done today, I mean, it's only really went up, right? So immediately I see Midnight open down here. This is why sometimes I don't really like to trade these days because we might still keep pushing up or consolidate after the movement. But we can also reverse and kind of go against it. And then do a second stage delivery. But with midnight open this far below, it's just harder for it to go higher. It's a lot harder for it to do so. And because it's not cleanly like just in one pass going up, I can tell we're probably going to consolidate. So if we can get back to a discount and sort of get people short, because obviously most people get up, and then they see this price action and they think that it's a buy day, so they're going to continue buying it, and that might happen. But the thing is that if price starts to show aggressive move down, breaking trends, then people may start to uh, turn over the positions into shorts or close their long positions, and that produces liquidity. So the liquidity basically is lower in intraday, but on the higher time frame it's higher. So when you have the difference between intraday and the higher time frame, that's why sometimes you get that's why sometimes I don't trade, because the one range is so overextended and it doesn't line up with intraday liquidity. Then I won't do anything. That's why I absolutely have to wait till we are in discount. I'm not saying that it will go to discount. I'm just saying that that's what I would be waiting for in order to line up with the higher time frame delivery. So that intraday and higher time frame, I'm in the same position. And then that it's not really a scalp I'm talking about. It's more of a day trade. And then right now, like this mental position that I have on, right, this is just because we are rejecting the highs and we're showing that we're not willing to continue going above. But
Mhm.
even though I pointed out that price isn't really doing anything, it's kind of moving sideways and it can continue to do that and easily stop out this position. Um, this is still like, it's still like my model. So this is why like I'm tape reading it, because we had an initial move lower. We got
Yeah.
people taken out and now we're rejecting it and displacing lower. So but you can see if I was in this, if I went short here and I see this much consolidation,
You close it.
I'd have to put my stop at break even after 15 minutes. So it'd be at break even in like 4 minutes if I had gone in up here. It
Um,
wouldn't. You see, it's really not that great.
what
Of
do
a
you think
trade.
about the move up in 930? Isn't that enough manipulation?
The move at 9:30?
Can you hear me?
This one? Yeah,
Yeah.
you're talking about the 9:30 move. Hello?
Yeah. If you look on the 15 minute, yeah. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. On the 15 minute, I think I'm very delayed. I think I'm so delayed because you're replying
No, I
like
can
10
hear you.
seconds after I speak.
Oh, what? Maybe it's your Wi. Maybe it's one of our Wi-Fi's.
Okay. I'll just I'll speak anyway. The 15-minute chart, the move that happened lower, that pushed next to the, or not next to, near the opening range gap was important, but didn't quite reach it. The one that happened towards order block, is that not enough manipulation, or would you want to see further than that? And if yes, then why?
The move at 9:30? No, because it didn't go to a discount. Like there's no. If I measure the entire day, it's not in discount. It's still in the premium, right? Well, that's why like this flow is nice because it's around discount. So I want to see price, get down, because right now what it's doing is it's basically still holding a trend, right? So if I use a trend line from this low down up to that high, there's still like a trend. Like I would be, if I'm a buyer with this move down, I'm basically buying the trend and I'm participating in the liquidity that's being created and built up. So that's why I don't like doing that, right? Because it's not this type of style that I trade with. I like to go against where most people are uh, where most of the liquidity is.
When I was looking at it, it looked. I measured the low at 6 a.m. to the high at 9:15. I took that dealing range. I didn't take the entire day. So that was a mistake on my part.
You took which dealing range?
I took the low at 6 a.m. to the high at 9:15.
Oh.
I took discount
I mean,
over there, so
that's fine too. I'm just pointing out that we're participating in a trend. If you're going long off this 930 move lower, you're participating in this sort of trend. Yeah,
I see that now.
Yeah. Also, the regular trading hours. This is pretty. If you're just a guy trading the regular trading hours, you're a bank that's looking at the regular trading hours.
It looks good.
This looks it is still bullish, but this looks like a little too clean. It might try and come back down here. And if it doesn't, then that's okay. Like it's just gonna go off. And that just means, like I already said at the beginning of the day, if it goes higher and it doesn't go back to discount, then there's just no trade for me.
I can't believe I missed that the one on the higher time frame. I was a trend and I was basically participating in the trend. I feel like I'm retail trader.
You have to journal it.
I would.
I'll probably stay around like 10:50, around that time. Someone asked, "Who are you?" I don't know what to say. It's ODSED.
Someone just said that I thought LP3 was Chinese.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I saw your
No, like
I saw your Instagram story yesterday. Some guy was commenting he thought you were a Chinese kid with long hair and
yeah.
glasses.
No, look, let me show you what he was talking about. This is what he was talking about. I look like this guy. That's what he
I
thought
see
I
it.
looked like.
I kind of see it.
A wise Chinese martial artist. No, I'm not Korean. Yeah, Sineko's agreeing it's accurate. I'm monk. Well, I think my stream backed out.
You lagged for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna get off. I'm probably gonna get off in a couple of minutes because price is not delivering efficiently. Like you see, like gaps getting inverse but
Yeah.
not responding to the inverse. So I think what you said was right. Waiting for the afternoon is probably the best bet.
Yeah. Well, I won't be streaming because I'll be in a car in the afternoon. But if there's something, that's
Like always in
where
the
I would
car.
try. That's what I would try and. If I were to do something today, it would be in the afternoon. I'm going to Hamilton, so it's gonna be like a 6-hour trip. What do I see on UJ? ICT's new PDA rate Gallo. A deep fake video. What is it? I don't know what a Gallo is. I haven't watched an ICT video in, I don't know, a couple weeks.
I saw him
But
post it, but
on
I'm not sure what that is.
yeah, no idea what it is. On I trade the inverse of UJ, right? Because I do the futures for Japanese yen, which is JPY USD. But I just go to JPY. All right, so this is gonna be too confusing. I have because I have to just do inverse everything. Whatever, I'll just do the futures. So the daily chart, the weekly chart has kind of moved lower, and for Friday, we've displaced already. So I wanted to move back into the previous range, and then in the morning when I did my analysis, I wanted to go long, but I saw that we had attempted to do something here, and we're taking the high of the day because this is basically a wick, so I don't really consider that. But if we're taking this high of the day there, I wanted to see for 1 second if we reject it and we continue to reject it and displace closer to this low, then I would be short. If not, then I would be continuing to just have a long bias to retrace into the week's range. And maybe whatever business we tried to do up here, one more time pass through it, make it efficient. And we ended up, well, there was no entry because we never went back to a discount. So I just didn't have an entry. I would have wanted to see, like, yeah, I could have bought the order block there, but it looked like I had missed it, by 9:30. It just looked like had missed it. It would have been better to get in before 9:30 or back here at 8 a.m. So I was just kind of tape reading the delivery. But markets today are just very inefficient because we got Waller speaking at 12 about decentralized finance. So price is probably not going to do much to them.
I've been on a heavy losing streak. I haven't won a trade in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trades. I haven't won one.
I'll be honest though, price it's pretty hard to trade. Like I haven't had this much trouble finding good trades in a while. It's been like that most of the summer, and I think it's because of elections. I remember last year in October, it was super like price was moving all the time. We almost never saw a price like this, or like Monday and Tuesday. But
Yeah, actually, basically all of my losses were just from trading at the wrong time.
snore price action. This is like snooze. Trading at the wrong time though, like so you think that you would have if you had better timing you would have seen more profit, like
I wouldn't say if I'd made better choices on choosing the days, like I would be trading pre-CPI just because I want to just click a button. I'll be trading like
what?
Days where London was moving 100 points. Now I'll just put on a trade.
Do you trade ahead of CPI on a paper account?
Yeah, but not like I had on the same day, the day before.
Oh, okay.
Just
Oh,
a
no,
bunch
I
of
mean that.
rule
That's,
breaking. Yeah.
okay, I see. I sometimes find good trades ahead of CPI if there's news, but usually like you can tell when it's probably not going to move well ahead of CPI.
I feel like it never moves well, even if it has news. Like the days that I've seen pre-CPI, they've
Yeah,
just
most of the
always
time
been
though.
horrible.
Most of the time it's horrible, yeah. But sometimes it's okay.
This is very boring.
Yeah, I see the Gallopedia, right? The ICT Gallopedia, right? I feel like he just makes stuff up.
I feel like there's no point to watch ICT anymore. Just take 2023, 2022 core content
Well,
and just
I think when you get to a point where you have a model and you're not tweaking it and you're not changing things, then there's no point because you already have a model. So you'd only be watching him for Netflix.
but he does say some good points about the thing that I'm struggling with, when to trade and when not to trade. So I watch him for just purely that reason, or
Oh
just
yeah, like
takeaways
I'll
and
listen
notes.
to his Twitter Spaces. You know, he started doing Twitter Spaces again. Actually,
Really? I haven't seen them
yeah,
actually.
yeah. But I just don't watch his videos anymore because even though he says good stuff, that some note taking worthy things about psychology, it's not like there's so much other stuff I don't care about, and some drama too that I don't care about. That I just I'd only watch him to idolize him or to because I'm bored. No.
I feel like he cares way too much about what people think about him. Way too much. Like if you know your
He's a
concepts work, you don't have to say it every time.
yeah. He's an old man though. Like I mean, he should be wiser, but I don't think it affects him all that much because he's so old.
That's probably true.
Like
Oh yeah, by
he
the
doesn't
way,
need to make yeah.
go ahead.
What was it? No, like I was saying, ICE doesn't need to make money trading. Like he's already successful, and like it's just it's a matter of showing the good example. And I mean, like I wish he did that more often. Like he should have never entered Robbins. It was I don't know if you listened to the Twitter Spaces, but in 2023, but so many times he talked against Robbins. It's just being stupid. He would say that like it changes the way you trade, and it's just not professional. It's just like people trying. It's basically a cock measuring competition, is what he called it. And then he goes ahead and does it Robbins. I was like, I don't know, like
He is right
it's
though
just
on the first part. It is just a battle of egos. There's no point to join Robbins if you know how to trade. Just make as much money as
yeah.
you want on your own. Why do you have to prove it to the world that you can put on a trade?
I
It's
don't know.
very stupid, honestly. The idea of a trading competition, it's ridiculous.
Mhm. You were gonna say something before?
Oh yeah, you listen to ETH, right?
Yeah, he released a new album.
Yeah, did you listen to it or no? Not yet.
Well, I listened to one song, the one with Summers,
How do you like
and
it?
it did not meet my expectations. Like I
Really?
expected so much a better song, and it was just not. I don't know. It
You
wasn't.
should listen to the rest of
They
it.
made.
It
Yeah, I will,
I like
but
it.
I don't know. I haven't. I don't listen to music often, but one eventually, probably today, because I'm on a 6 hour car trip, so I'll probably
Yeah.
listen to it today.
Where are you going, by the way?
I'm going to Hamilton to run a race this weekend.
What's Hamilton?
It's near Toronto in Canada,
Oh,
the
like a
city.
trade?
Oh, what?
Is it a trade?
A trail? No, it's a city. Hamilton's a city.
Oh,
Yeah. But there's a race near Hamilton in a village, basically in the middle of nowhere.
that sounds fun.
Um, it will, wouldn't say be fun, but it will be a trail? No, Hamilton's not a trail. It's gonna be a tough race. There's like spear throwing and climbing walls and monkey bars and
You're throwing.
rope climbing, swimming, mud, carrying lots of shit like sandbags, pulling stuff, crawling in mud underneath barbed wire, stuff like that, and lots of hills. It's not gonna be fun.
Like a military camp.
Yeah, I'll have to do it. No, but it's not a Hamilton Trail. I'm talking about the city. Yes, I agree, Mafia Killer. Today's price action. Well, I think it will get better after because he is talking about decentralized finance, which is pretty big. So if if it if that comes out and it creates volatility, then, we're gonna see better price action in the afternoon. The city is a trail? What? Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't even think the Hamilton Trail goes to Hamilton, but maybe actually I don't know. Well, if in by 10:50 it doesn't start to move and show more excitement, then I will probably end stream.
Oh yeah, by the way, I forgot to tell you. I ran the marathon on 17, basically yesterday.
Wait, yesterday?
But yeah, but I wasn't able to finish
Nice.
all of it. The whole thing was 7 laps. I did 5. I couldn't do the last 2 laps.
So that's 5/7 of a marathon.
My
That would
legs were
be
shaking. It was crazy. It's unlike anything I've ever experienced before. There were stations and I had like jetpacks, but I still couldn't. I was so
that's
tired.
200. You ran 210 kilometers divided by 7. What is that? Let me do the calculator.
210?
No, divided by 7. You ran about 30 kilometers. That's all right. That's pretty
That's
good,
the most I've
actually.
ever run. That's
How did it feel after? Like your legs sore today?
you know, my lower back and my abdominals are more sore than my legs for some reason.
Yeah, because when you run for that long, I mean, if you work out your legs in the gym, then they should obviously be better. But me, it's always my hamstrings. I don't work out my hamstrings enough.
But the biggest limiting factor for me was my shoulder. My right shoulder was aching for the whole time. But I had
Oh,
my
that
like my friends.
yeah,
I had my
that
friends with
happens a lot.
me, so that was kind of like a motivator.
But
But the thing that really
your
killed
friends
me,
ran
I
with
think
you
if I
the whole time?
not the whole time, like I would finish a lap and they'd still be on their first lap. So it would be
Okay,
like a competition.
okay.
But yeah, I think if my shoulder wasn't aching, I would have been able to finish it. But my shoulder was, you know, when I finished, I could not lift my arm up above my heart. It was that bad.
What? I mean, my shoulder aches. I went after running for a couple, like an hour and a half, but it doesn't ache that bad.
I have a bad shoulder ache, especially whenever like I press for more than let's say 10 reps, it starts aching. That's why I do low volume.
from what I'm searching up, it sounds like you have poor form. Like you're probably hunching your shoulders. Because whenever I have shoulder pain, I always put my shoulders back straight, and then it gets better. But maybe it's because you don't train your lower back enough, so you had a harder time supporting your shoulders because you put on a lot of muscle on your shoulders.
Maybe, but I care lots about my form. I don't neglect it at all. I know that it's very crucial. So I depress my scapula. I keep my lower back straight because I'm not trying to chase strength. I just want to build muscle. I keep my lower back straight. I don't use leg drive because again I want to just build muscle. Don't care about strength. And yeah,
No, I'm talking about
my
when you're
shoulders.
running, you're running form.
Oh, when I'm running. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't look at it too much. I didn't care about it.
Like
So that might be.
if you're running and your shoulders are hunched forward, it's gonna cause. That's what usually causes shoulder aches. Whenever I've gotten shoulder aches, I always correct it by putting my shoulders back.
But it was an experience. I might do it again sometime again.
You gotta do the full
I
marathon.
definitely did not train enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't train enough. I think that was another factor. I think if I had run more, I would have maybe learned that if I depressed my scapula while running, it would decrease the pain. But yeah, it was an experience.
Well, that's congratulations.
Thank you.
Why did you change your mind, by the way? Like I thought you had said that you didn't want to do it because you were like building muscle and stuff. You were bulking, right?
Cutting. I was cutting, and I didn't want to lose too
Oh,
much
you're cutting.
weight.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
So now you're done cutting?
No, I'm not done cutting. But the main reason I didn't want to do it was because I didn't want to lose too much weight too quickly, because I didn't want to risk any of that being muscle. But then
Okay.
when I kind of like started to think about it in a way where one marathon is going to make me 100 pounds, I kind of started going back to the idea that okay, maybe I do want to run this marathon, and I just did it. And it's not like it's gonna deteriorate my entire body. Nothing major is gonna happen.
Oh, well, congratulations. Anyway, not many people. Actually, 1% of people in the United States have ran a marathon.
1%?
Yeah. Or well, let's see in the
What?
world.
There's no way that's accurate.
No, yeah, I'm serious. In the United States, what it is? Oh wow. No, wait, never mind. 0.01% of the global population has ran a marathon.
That could
Throughout
not
the
be true.
world, about
There-
1.1 million runners finish a marathon each year. That equates to approximately 0.01% of the global population. And then for a marathon, like at least just one, according to Run Repeat, approximately 0.05% of the United States population has completed a marathon. Yeah, bro. Like this is like you have to understand that a marathon is a big accomplishment. Like it's you don't understand how it feels like until you actually run it. And to think you can go to 300 kilometers, 100 kilometers, and like this just most people can't even imagine just running for 4 hours at a time. It's not just that they're unhealthy. It's that like doing something for 4 hours straight, like how even just the simplest thing for 4 hours straight. Most people probably can't even sit in a chart for an hour straight and just look at price without taking anything. No, but I mean, I'm completely comfortable just staring at chart and just like if it's Netflix, right? Because I have the patience, but I don't know. A lot of people just don't have the patience to. And on top of having the patience, but you also need to control your breathing and exercise your body. it's very, very mentally straining to do a marathon.
I'm trying to find America's population so I can see how much 0.5% is. Because
I think it's like
how
160
much can it
million.
be? Wait, let me see. It is. It's taking a while to load. What? Oh, North America. Wait. No, wait. The United States, not America. Wait, is it all of America or is it the United States? The statistic
No.
of 0.5.
0.01% is the global population. 0.05% is so okay, I'll say it again. 0.05% of the United States population completed a marathon. But then throughout the world, about 1.1 million runners finish a marathon each year, which equates to 0.01% of the global population. And I saw this one guy who ran 100 marathons in 100 days. And I just can't even imagine just doing, like, imagine that's 3 marathons
That's
a day with
unbelievable.
some rest. The reason I prefer running over, we were talking about this, but you were saying that, like, weight muscle building to you seems harder than running. But the thing is, with running, it's a complete different beast because it's a mind game. It's not on the same level. Like, weight building is a lot of discipline. It still includes a lot of mind, but you have to, because you do it less. You don't put as much, I guess, mental commitment into it as running, because running is literally like, it's just about you and your mind. Like, anyone can go and run a marathon if they're healthy. The problem is that, well, actually, I would say anyone can go and run a half marathon off the couch if they're healthy. But the problem is that they don't have the
Mhm.
mental capacity to even just imagine running for 2 hours straight.
Well, let me ask the chat. Let me ask people in chat. What's more impressive, running a marathon or benching 315 pounds while weighing 170 pounds? Which is more impressive? And consider all the aspects. Consider the aspect of the dieting, the training, um, building up to that weight, or building up to that distance in the marathon, or building up to the time that you
But
perform in
you
the
have to say,
marathon.
like, time too, like a good time in the marathon. Like, obviously anyone
Yeah,
can
like a
walk a
good time, not like
marathon.
10 hours. Exactly. Yeah.
Like, maybe like a 3 hour Boston Marathon qualifier, like 3 hour marathon.
Nico says both are apples and oranges, in my opinion. I agree. Actually, I agree. I agree with that.
Yeah, like that's a good way of putting it. But one thing
Yeah.
that I think, one thing I'd like to do, but I don't think it's I'm ever gonna be able to do it, just because I don't put enough training in, is the Boston Marathon. Um, have you ever heard of that?
No, is that a Moab thing you told me about with David Goggins?
No, it's a very big run in Boston. It's been going on for a very long time, but you have to qualify for it. So you have to run an official marathon and have a certain time within your age group. Um, for example, 18 to 34 is the first age group. Men have to finish in under 3 hours. Women have to finish under 3 hours 30 minutes, and non-binary 3 hours 30 minutes. It's the stupid they added non-binary. But just imagine doing that a marathon in 3 hours. That's like 180 minutes divided by 42 kilometers. You're running at 4.3 minutes a kilometer.
That's not bad actually. Doesn't
Did you do
sound so bad.
miles or you do miles or kilometers?
In my race,
Yeah.
kilometers.
Okay. And how many kilometers? What was your pace? How many minutes per kilometer?
I did not measure to be honest, but the whole thing lasted for 3 hours. The whole thing,
Okay.
and
So you
I
you
finished
did
on the 3 hour mark.
180. Yeah, we really have to speed up then if you want to be able to do it, because you're running at 6 minutes a kilometer, which is about what I run at
That's
for
bad.
long distance. I run about 5.5 to 6 when I do the full marathon. Half marathon I can run at about 5.5, but 6 minutes is not bad. But it's like it's a big jump just to go from 6 to 5 minutes, then to 4 minutes. 4 minutes
Yeah, I
and
think I'm.
20 seconds is very fast for a marathon.
Yeah, I think I'm undermining the difference between a 6 minute kilometer between a 4 minute kilometer. It sounds like little, but I think it's a lot.
It's a lot. If you're doing a 5K, try doing a 5K and see how fast you can run it. You could probably do 4.5 minutes. But to then to maintain that pace for 42 kilometers, that's a lot.
One of my biggest goals in fitness is benching 3 plates, 315 pounds. I'm a distance away from it, but it's always gonna be something I'm going to be working towards.
I want to do 2 plates.
I think if you bulk, you could probably get that
Yeah,
because you're not like a skinny guy. You have some muscle mass. I think yeah, the only thing you're missing is just weight.
yeah, but I
I think either I lagged or you lagged really hard. I'm not sure. Didn't hear anything.
oh, sorry. Yeah, I think I like. Um, but
I didn't hear anything you just said.
I forgot what. Oh yeah, like what I ate yesterday. Like I ate just rice, fish, salmon, fish, and a muffin. Like I'm not. I'm definitely not bulking because I just would need to eat a lot more food, and I don't know. I like fasting.
I mean, if you're serious about hitting 2 plates, you're gonna have to track your food, like weigh everything you eat and track it. That's what I'm doing right now. Everything that goes into my body, I weigh it and then I track it on my
You
app,
use an
on my
AI?
phone.
You use an AI?
Nope, AI is very inaccurate. It's very very inaccurate. Yeah. I know you see some. I know probably see some ads like on Instagram, like AI food tracker. It's very
Yeah.
inaccurate. I've tried one. Like I've tried weighing my food by myself and tracking it manually, and then I've tried the AI. They're completely two different numbers. They're not accurate at all, especially the macros. They're not the same.
All right. Well, I will if ever I do want to, seriously bulk up. Me, like if I were to bulk up, I would just go eat junk food, just a pizza a day or something. I don't know, but I
My
will.
brother did that
I'll
actually. My brother was like really skinny and he wanted to bulk up, but he didn't want to weigh all of his food and everything, so he just ate horribly, and it worked. He gained weight.
think I cut out again, but
Yeah, you did.
yeah, like I know a couple of people that just did dirty bulk, and it's not the best thing, but it works. It's easier.
I mean, if you're really really skinny and you're like anorexic, I think doing a dirty bulk is better than doing a lean bulk, just because being very skinny to the point where it's unhealthy is more unhealthy for you if you just ate a couple of pizzas and a couple of burgers.
Yeah. Well,
You
whenever
know,
I do
there
it,
was
I will let you know.
okay. there was there was a piece of literature that came out recently. It says that a person being obese is more unhealthy than taking steroids. That was like
What?
it's a, it's a
Actually, I can
big
agree with
claim.
that.
Yeah, it's a big claim, but honestly, I agree. I agree honestly. It makes sense.
You're never gonna take steroids, right?
Nope,
You're
I don't even think about it.
all right.
It's
I've
not
had
even
some
in my
friends
realm
that
of thinking.
I had some friends that wanted to take it just because they wanted to look strong and compete, and then they stopped going to the gym. Um, a week later,
It's
apples,
it's
oranges
a
again,
2 a.m.
bro.
motivation.
Yeah,
It's the motivation that they get when they're first going to the gym. And honestly, sometimes when I'm like when I'm on social media and I see like all these people that look insane and they look incredible and they're tall and they're like and they're very lean and jacked, it makes me think about it. But then the side effects are nowhere near uh, equal to the benefit of being strong or looking good. It's like the risk to reward ratio is horrible.
yeah.
It's like saying I'd rather have brain cancer than this. What are you referring to, Nico?
He's talking about um, steroids to obesity.
No, but I think that can be measured relatively. That can be measured accurately. Like how much effect does it have on your heart, on your arteries, on your blood pressure?
I'm not a health expert. I have to. I have to go because we're gonna have to get ready to head to Hamilton. So price
Okay.
see if it gets better in the afternoon. But yeah,
All right. Yeah. See you, man.
see you later.
Have a good day.
All right. Thank you for everyone for tuning in. Thank you, Neko. Have a good day and well, enjoy the weekend if you're not trading for the week.